Hey everyone, I hope that wherever you are watching this video, that you are well, you are safe, healthy, and that you are navigating our new reality with resilience, with compassion, and with love. Today's video, I want to talk about triggers. This is actually a video that I've been wanting to do for quite some time, but it felt so appropriate given how triggering of a season that we're finding ourselves in. So what are triggers? Triggers are events or circumstances where we find ourselves emotionally hijacked. It triggers a part of us that are oftentimes sore. And I would particularly be paying attention to triggers that happen on a consistent basis that we tend to run away from, right? Like, for instance, I used to run away from events or any opportunities that made me feel unworthy. Unworthiness is something that I have struggled my whole life. And I basically have built a lot of walls around myself so that I'm not actually experiencing those triggers. And why it's important for us to deal with them head on is because, first of all, it strips us from being able to fully experience the depth and the breadth of life. When we run away from our triggers, we essentially create these tall and deep and thick walls around ourselves that prevent us from experiencing the expansiveness of our reality, right? Second of all, it doesn't actually go away. What we end up doing is we just keep running away from it, but we are essentially in any given moment can arrive. And so my invitation is to develop, it's not to necessarily run away from your triggers, but to develop the tools to be able to navigate them with ease, with calmness, and sustainable wellness. I feel that when we are carrying all of these low vibration energy and emotions inside of us, it actually eventually makes us physically sick. So I want to discuss this because I think because I've spent the last couple of years using triggers as a modality for healing, for me to experience the evolution and expansion that I knew was possible. I just didn't have the strategies or the tools to be able to navigate that. Okay, so what do I have for you guys? I think the most important step to take is to reorient your relationship with triggers, because triggers are a way for our body to signal to us that we are carrying a low vibration energy that's not serving us anymore. And so it basically serves as a signpost, if you will, that allows us to say, okay, there's something here. I'm feeling emotionally hijacked. I wonder what this is about. So actually gaining curiosity around it is the second step. So the second step is don't run away from it, actually stay with it and label the emotion. Why is it important to label the emotion? Labeling the emotion allows us to separate ourselves from the experience itself. Oftentimes what happens is we are hijacked by it because we believe that the emotion is us. And so labeling it as, oh, okay, I am feeling sad or I am feeling frustrated allows us to see it separate from us. That's so important for the way that our brain actually operates, and it gives us greater agency to be able to look at it objectively and consequently, let it go. Right? Emotions are there as visitors, and if we don't feed it with perpetual thoughts that continue to fuel that specific emotion, it actually just goes away. Emotions are not there to stay. It comes and goes. So that's that. So number 2 is don't run away from it, stay with it, allow it to come and go, because in order to heal it, we have to feel it. And actually, I just want to take a moment and say that emotions actually create amazing experiences for us. Without emotions, it would be like watching TV with no sound or no color. It's like black and white TV. So emotions are actually what gives life to our human experiences. And, whether we want to judge it as good, bad, or ugly, every emotion carries a piece of wisdom, and it allows us to experience the many different facets and diversity of life. So number one is develop a relationship with your triggers. 2 is don't run away from it. 3 is let's not point the finger at people or circumstances. And the reason why I say this is because it's never about the other person. It's never about the circumstance. It's always about us. It's kind of like, people have different triggers. Like someone who gets cut off on the road, some people react with rage and frustration and anger, and some people say like, okay, whatever, like that happens, that person's probably having a bad day. What is the difference, right? What's the difference? The difference is, our sensitivity to these triggers, right? So it has different it has like I said, it carries wisdom. And so pointing the finger at the situation or the person only disassociates us from being able to heal it within ourselves. And so rather than pointing the finger at a person or at the circumstance, my invitation is to grow some curiosity around it, to just like sit there and say like, that's interesting. Why am I feeling this way? What part of it is triggering me? What thoughts am I having while I'm feeling triggered by this, right? And so asking these fundamental questions will allow us to dig a little bit deeper and understand, these triggers and eventually heal it. Okay, so that's 3. Number 4 is consider the perspectives that you're having. Our thoughts give color to our experiences, right? And so oftentimes, what we'll do is we'll see a situation as black or white, or, this person is wrong, I'm right. But being able to expand our thinking and consider what perspectives we're having and consider other potential perspectives that could be true could allow us to see it a little bit differently. There's many truths to a situation. Like, a cup is not just a cup, it's white, it's a cup, it holds water. Is one truth is one truth more true than others? No, it's just different perspectives. And so understanding what perspectives you're having about a particular situation will allow you to see things more objectively. So that's 4. And finally, number 5, when reacting or responding, consider what state you are living inside of. Now, this is something that I learned from a program that I'm in right now called Conscious Transformation, that our experiences actually at its root is driven by our emotions. A particular state or a particular emotion then creates the thoughts that we're having, that consequently it drives the action that we're taking, and then we eventually create the outcome. And so considering what state you're living inside of will allow you to create a different outcome. Being inside of a fear-based state will produce a different set of thoughts that will drive a particular action that will ultimately create an outcome. And so living inside of a love-based state, like what would it look like if I was to look at the situation from a place of grace, from a place of love, from a place of compassion, whatever state, or from a place of empowerment, whatever state you want to be living inside of as you are seeing this, just consider that, because living inside of grace or love or compassion will produce a different set of thoughts that will ultimately drive a particular set of action that will allow you to create a different set of outcome. And so just paying attention to what state we're living inside of can allow us to create and be more accountable and have responsibility over our experiences. And this has been my journey, guys. Like, this is the journey that I have found myself in, which is to feel like I have greater accountability and greater agency over how I want to experience my reality. That is our birthright. We are so much more empowered than we give ourselves oftentimes credit for. And so these tools will allow you to come from a place of empowerment and to be able to deal with any circumstance with calmness, with greater freedom and love. We all want love, and we all want to experience love to some degree. And imagine a world where we are no longer operating from fear. We're just operating from a place of love. And this is really where our planet is going, guys. This is what is being asked of us, is to clear, the energy of fear and anxiety and start to heal those aspects of us that are holding us back from truly, truly experiencing our greatest potential. And so I hope this helps, guys. Please let me know at the comment section below if you found this video helpful, but also if these are the types of topics that you want to hear about, because I have so many different tools and experiences to be able to share, and I want to know what's actually helpful for you and for the situation that we are all in today. Love and light as usual, guys. Love and light wherever you are.